in the offseason, we want to talk about the biggest winners and losers of the offseason. So Drew, let's start off with you. I think you've seen mine already. Oh, actually, let me bring it in here. Again, there were so many changes in the MLB and their teams this offseason. Some teams were in the running for players and have dropped the ball, such as the Yankees, while others picked up that ball and ran with it to the finish line, making big splashes in the free agency of 2021, 2022. Basically, there are winners and there are losers. So, Drew, let's start off with you. Who is your
Yeah.
winner of the offseason?
John Fisher,
Expand.
the owner of the Oakland Athletics, John Fisher. He's the biggest winner. He managed to find a way to get his annual salary for the entire fucking team to be less than Max Scherzer. If you got a guy who's only spending $30 million, getting all that revenue, he is the biggest winner this offseason. That motherfucker is about to be rich as shit.
I mean, I like it. I was just talking with my buddies about that one, the owners, because we're talking about Colin Kaepernick and how if he was brought onto a new team, it's gonna hit
Yeah.
their pockets because they're gonna lose ticket sales most likely. That's what happened in the first place. And
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, for sure.
do they want to take on that? And as you can see, some owners are going really far as to not letting this type of stuff happen. My biggest winner would be for the Braves. They lost Freddie, yet they added Olsen, a top tier closer in Jansen as well, and to an already bolstered bullpen. They lost 4 prospects, but when they got Olsen, they got him into a long-term deal. So being able to not
Yeah,
only get him, but and lose that much, but also keep him in a longer sense, I feel like that's a really big thing. When you are a World Series champion, it's easy to fall down. It's easy to be passive. It's not easy to be proactive, and they're actually doing that. So I really think that for them, they were able to win that without their best player. Their best player is going to come back about halfway through the season, maybe a little bit earlier than that. But come on, you have to love the Braves being able to be proactive, and then of course, wanting to win another one after winning it all. Uh,
yeah. I think it's important to point out that there hasn't been a repeat World Series winner since the Yankees did it a
mm,
long fucking time ago, and going out and making the moves they did really show the intent to win. They get out there and they get a closer who has pitched in the playoffs and pitched well. Some would argue he wouldn't. I would argue he does. They go out there and they get a guy in Matt Olson who's a fucking stud, who's younger than Freeman, who lives in Atlanta and took a nice hometown discount. Um, I mean, their core is locked up for less money than 2 players on the. I mean, their 6 best players are locked up for less money than the Mets' 2 best players,
yeah, I
and they play
mean,
in the same division.
you got to call that a dub. And let's
Yeah,
get on
hundred
to our
percent.
losers, though.
I
We
think
talk
I
a little
think
bit
for
about that.
one
Go ahead.
second, I think we have to give an honorable mention to the Rangers getting they probably had the best middle infield in
Samian,
baseball.
Seager. They
Yeah,
have
that's a
the
big deal.
best middle infield possibly in baseball, and they have them locked up for long term. Let's just hope that
Yeah.
both of them, because they both have injury bugs as well, that they can stay healthy throughout their whole entire contract. Drew, who is your loser?
Hey, listen.
Uh,
I clicked that a little too early earlier.
I don't know. The city of Oakland, they're a pretty big loser. I don't
Double
think it's
dipping, I
cool.
see.
What happened?
You got your hands in both. You got your hands in the same cookie jar right there. Double dipping, eh?
How would you feel, man? How would you feel if there is no cap, no real penalty to spending money, right? I mean, okay, the owner's got to pay a luxury tax, but there's nothing in the rule book that says he can't go out there and spend 400 fucking million.
But
Literally nothing that's stopping them.
but they've continued to show that they continue to do this, and they'll be competing within a couple of years. And I feel like they will be able
No,
to do that once again. If I'm an Oakland fan, I'm
no,
used to this fucking shit, right?
no. If you're a Rays fan, you're used to this fucking shit. And the Rays find ways to get back to the playoffs. Oakland doesn't do that. The city of Oakland, I feel bad for them as a whole. They fucking lose the Raiders. Their owner goes out and decides he wants to be the biggest fucking penny pitcher on the planet. I mean, their opening day fucking salary is $28 fucking million. Are you shitting me? I can fucking
Only
get the
28
Powerball
million.
tomorrow and
That's
pay them off.
crazy.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
It's fucking nothing.
Let me get on to
I,
my loser here. Unless you
but
did you have something to say?
no, I don't really feel like there's outside of like the memes and the lulls. people would say that the Yankees are losers. I don't think so. I think they were still in on trades when they missed out on the big names.
How are you gonna fuck me over like that? Even though I foreshadowed it the whole damn episode.
But they're
My
not
loser,
losers.
huh?
Because they're not losers.
They are losers.
They missed out on trades.
Let me get on with mine then. You just questioned me.
Go ahead.
Now I'm gonna get on this shit.
Go ahead.
You're the fucking Yankees. You're
Yep.
telling me if the Dodgers lost, the Dodgers already lost Corey, right? And you're just gonna let them just be inactive throughout the whole offseason? Not do anything? I know we have a great farm system, but the Yankees can't say that. Now, so you look at these guys, they're paying all these people the same type of money. They got Garrett Cole, they got, John Carlos Stan. They have so many people on this type of salary, and they're not going to want to go make moves like that. I mean, what? They get onto they're able to sign Anthony Rizzo back, and that's the best thing that they can do, right? They got Josh Donaldson, who's old, but they already had Gio Urshela. Or Urshela. I hope I said that right. And then they also send away their longtime catcher, Gary Sanchez. We were actually talking about him in one segment before. So maybe that's an addition by subtraction, right?
Get fucking rid of that piece of shit. He's terrible. Sanchez is fucking terrible. You're gonna tell me that the Yankees are losers when they have a $241 fucking million payroll this year?
My only thing, if you're already that far deep into that, then why stop? Why stop? My biggest thing though is that you're the fucking Yankees. Get something done. Give hope to these fans once again. Show that you're being aggressive. That's your guys' style. That's your guys' culture. Why stop now? And then look at everybody else is just getting better. Why couldn't you land Kevin Gausman? Why did your in-division rival stop that from happening? This is ridiculous. They didn't do shit. They got some more old-ass talent, once again, washed-up people, and guess what? They're not going to perform. They're going to be the fourth, as you said from your words, the fourth best team in that division. You're the fucking Yankees.
They're handcuffed. There's two good free agents. Maybe three good free agents.
They couldn't land Semien?
No.
They didn't even land Story.
They should have went for Story, really, that late in the game. I just don't feel like there was a whole lot of talent out there for the Yankees to make their team better. They're already paying a lot. You know what I mean? Like, there's only so much you can do when your payroll is that high. Number one, and number two, like, yeah, they're the fourth best team in that division, but they go to. If they're in the AL West, they win that division. If they're in the AL Central, they win that division. If they're in the NL Central, they win that division.
Get some help.
Being the fourth best team in that division is a bad thing for sure.
Listen to Michael Jordan, and let me show you this much. These Yankees,
Yep.
losers of the offseason.